living in the country. Now today they have a lot of pressures, they have a lot of mental tensions, their weight has been put up, they have now been infected by a lot of illness, their BP has increased, they are diabetic, they are taking a lot of medicines, and every people are extracting money from them. And frankly, I'm telling you, the lawyers in the London, they're extracting money from them. Their securities people are in the London, they're extracting money from there. And I'm telling you frankly, even the goons, whatever these goons are there now, whatever the group of that, what you call that, the different international terrorist organization groups are there now, even they are extracting money from them. If government can check, they can check it. I'm giving you guarantee. Because if country is not with you, if your own family is not with you, if your own country is not with you, what will happen to the rest? What will happen to your life in the rest of the world? Sorry. Okay, fine. Let us come to the point. What is our point? Is that in professional world of the corporate organization, is any company, have you seen any company which is working just with the equity share capital? No. Is there any company which is working just with preference share capital? No. Is there any company who is having just bond? Is there a company having just debenture? Is there a company which is having just loan? Is there having company which is having just loan from FFI? Or the companies, any companies have you seen working with single mode of financing? No, sorry. They have different mode of financing in the professional world. And even if they take the loan from different institutions, different banks, they have different rate of interest. If they issue the bond in different time, then they have different rate of interest. Preference shares, now you see the structure. Bond, we pay interest. Different kind of bond, we pay different rate of interest. We get the tax benefit. After tax, our cost has reduced. For preference share, we preferential dividend, but there is no tax benefit. So the cost is the same. And because again the costs are being changed with the issue value also. If you issue your equity, your preference shares and the bond and debentures with maximum discount, your issue value will be quite less and your cost of financing will be high. Now with the equity shares, you pay them the equity dividend, and equity dividend varies from different years actually, and there is no tax benefit, so different costs are there. So whenever we used to calculate the cost of debentures and the cost of bond and the cost of equity shares and the cost of preference shares, every kind of cost were coming different. So we need to calculate the WACC, weighted average cost of capital. So weighted average cost of capital is the cost of finance, cost of capital to company, Now when we talk about investment management, we are studying from the perspective of the investor, from the public, from the perspective of investors, individual investors, institutional investors, group investors, corporate investors, mutual fund investors. We are studying from the investors, but our syllabus are mostly concerned for individual investors, public investors. We are not going to study much. We are going to study a little bit of the professional investment also, but that you have in the higher syllabus. So now linking of the cost of capital and linking of the investment management, and especially the two chapters, cost of capital and the fixed income securities, their yield and the valuation of equity shares. Linking of it, how it is being linked, you see, how this gap is going to be filled up. So it is basically what we call the two sides of the same story. Two sides means this is a line, this side is corporate, this side is investors. Investors invest in the corporate, corporate take the loan from the investors. So investor invest in the corporate, get the return in the form of dividend, get the return in the form of interest, and corporate take the loan from the investors and corporate pay them the cost, corporate pay them the interest, corporate pay them the equity dividend, corporate pay them the preference dividend. So what you do, this video lectures, almost 40 minutes we have discussed about the cost of capital from the angle of perspective of the corporate. So you were just sitting in from this chapter, this chair, and you were just thinking as a corporate that we took loan from bond, we took loan through debentures, we took loan through loan, we took money through preference share, we took money through equity shares, we have given interest to bond, got the tax benefit, and again we have the valuation system, we pay the interest, we get the tax benefit, then B0, the issue value, the discount and the premium. Then the same thing happening with the debenture, the same thing happening with the loan. And for the preference share, we pay them the preference dividend, but we don't get the tax benefit. But again we get the issue value, which is happening the discount and the premium and the issue cost. Then we have the equity shares, we have again the P0, so issue value, so we have the, like, we cannot issue the discount to the public, so we have the security premium, then we have the flotation cost. Fine, you change, you go and sit in the front of the other chair. Now you are sitting in different chair as investor. Now being an investor, what we do? We invest in company, we invest in bank, we invest in mutual fund, we invest by making portfolio. So now we are investor, the public are investor. And I told you we have the public investor, we have the institutional investor, we have the financial investors, fine. We have the corporate investor, we have the FIs, foreign institutional investor, but our mostly like a few chapters we have where we talk from the corporate point of view, but here our studies are concerned from the investor, from the public point of view. Now being an investor, you see from the same angle, we invested in the debenture of the company, and with return we got the interest. We invested in the bond of the company and we get return as interest. We invested in the loan of the company, fine, but okay fine, loan are mostly taken by bank. So we invested in the preference share of the company and we get the dividend. We invested in the equity share of the company and we get the dividend. Now, when we talk about the investor point of view, because when we talk about the corporate point of view, corporates, like you see, in the real terms, what is happening? According to inflation, it is different that their cost of capital are being affected. But you see, for corporate things, we actually, when we talk about the cost of capital, okay, for corporate structure, we have to do the accounting and it is happening on the historical cost. Aapne padha hoga, you have studied the financial accounting, that our financial accounting are happening on historical cost. So with the present value, they are not bothered. We calculate the historical cost of interest, we calculate the historical cost of taxation, we calculate the historical cost of B0. And we calculate the cost of capital in the terms of the historical cost. So they don't need to do the valuation. They don't need to do the valuation for that. So they simply calculate the cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital, weighted marginal average cost of capital. But from the investor point of view, we get the interest, and if we are getting the interest at the rate of 10%, and if there is inflation has increased in the market from 10% to 14%, the real value of interest is coming down, or we are receiving the same amount of interest, but the value of the debenture, investment of the debenture, value of the investment of the bond has gone down because of this situation. That whatever we are getting the return, and what is the required rate of return, and the required rate of return linked with the inflations. So investor calculate this same return from two perspectives. One is that how much he is getting the interest, and what is the present value. If we want to sell this bond in the market, if we want to sell this debenture in the market, what is the value of this bond of debenture in the market is there. I'll give you a practical example. You go and buy a flat in Lakshmi Nagar or Sakarpur or anywhere in India today. You go and buy a flat. So dealers will be there, builders will be there, fine. Mostly dealers will be there, and even the builders will be there. Okay. So what they will do, that they will maintain the flat like anything, lighting and whitewashing and everything, like everything you are having something like that. Any kind of like any kind of like what you call like what you call, I've just forgotten that. I mean, any kind of like fault is there in the flat, everything will be like window dressing is done, and they will make it chaka-chak. Okay, fine, and they will create a value, that this value of this flat is 50 lakhs rupees, and you will go and see the flats. Oh my God, good whitewashing, good painting, and good lighting, and good good what you call that, like good quality of tiles and security system and all these things. Every will be shown good, and they will create a value, and they will say that the price of this flat is 50 lakhs rupees, and they will show you some 1, 2, 3, 4 flat, this 50 lakhs, 45 lakhs, something like that. And once like you have planned and your budget is there, and you have buy your flat 50 lakhs, 2 lakhs rupees registration, you got that flat in 52, 53 lakhs rupees. So your cost of flat is 53 lakhs rupees. Now just after 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, you want to sell this flat, you want to buy a new one, you want to change the place, you did not like the society, or something happens, financial positions has been gone down, anything would happen, the vastu of the flat is not good. Huh? You want to change the flats, you want to sell the flat, you want to change it, or your transfer has been done, you want to leave the city. As soon as you will go to the dealer and ask about the selling price, they will say, भैया अभी तो मार्केट बहुत डाउन है, अभी तो क्या नोटबंदी हो गया, जीएसटी हो गया, और ये कोरोना हो गया, अभी तो वैल्यू बहुत डाउन है. तो you will ask that how much shall I expect? मिल जाएगा 35 लाख 40 लाख मिल जाएगा आपको. You will say that no, I have purchased 50 lakhs rupees and I paid 3 lakhs rupees of registration. My cost of this flat is 53 lakh. नहीं भैया, वो आपका फ्लैट में उधर वो बहुत सारा वो प्रॉब्लम है, उधर पानी निकल रहा है, उधर वो फ्लैट में वो उधर प्रॉपर वो नहीं है, उसका वास्तु खराब है, और मार्केट में परचेजर नहीं आ रहे हैं, और ये मोदी जी ने तो पूरा इकोनॉमी खराब कर दिया, ये नोटबंदी के बाद से तो बुरा हालत है. Means every kind of this, that, and so many negatives will be discussed with you. And you will be lucky enough if you sell that flat in 52 or 53 lakhs or 60 lakhs. You will be really lucky enough. But most of the time they will say that real value of this flat is lesser than what you paid. Or you have paid 53 lakhs rupees and down the line 5 years, if you would have been deposited in the bank, your money would have been gone from 52 lakhs rupees, 53 lakhs rupees to 75 lakhs rupees. And after 5 years, the value according to you should be 75 lakhs rupees, and you want to sell that flat, that they say, no, yeah, market is down and this and that, you get hardly 60 lakhs rupees. So, valuation. Whenever we want to sell anything, even buy anything, but whenever we want to sell anything, the valuation part comes. When the corporate issued the debentures or the bond, and when they want to repay, you have studied that corporate accounting, na? A student, those who have studied the corporate accounting from me, I taught you, and even your faculty would have been taught you. But then they normally escape that chapter, redemption of debenture. Huh? Do you remember the redemption of debenture? We used to study what? Redemption of debenture by purchasing one debenture from the market. One option was there. In debenture, one option was there, that you can buy your own debenture if the value is less. Means you have issued at the value of 100, and if your own debenture are valuing in the market at 85 or 90, you can get an opportunity to buy your own debenture at 90 rupees and you can cancel that debenture. Means the company itself were doing the valuation of its own debenture. And if it is available at cheaper rate in the market, they can sell that. They can buy the own debenture and cancel that debenture, a kind of a redemption of debenture, and they can be benefited out of it. But in normal case of redemption, if we are redeeming to the public, either we have to redeem at par or premium. Got it? And in preferential shares, no such kind of conditions were not there. The redemption was 20 years, for infrastructure 30 years, and you have to redeem at par. So at historical cost of accounting, you took 100 rupees and paying 100 rupees. So in preferential shares, no valuation matters coming from the corporate angle. But when we are talking from the investor angle, I give the example of the buying flats. Na? It is happening for everything. You buy a car, you want to sell it, same story. You purchase a mobile, you want to sell it, same story. Technology has changed and this has changed and that has changed and the value is less and फलाना ढीम का 10-15 हजार का मोबाइल वो 500,000 रुपए में कोई पकड़ेगा आपसे साल 2 साल के बाद. So what is happening? We are studying the same concept from the perspective of the investor. But when we are studying the same concept from the perspective of investor, two things come into the picture. The one thing, what we are getting on historical cost basis, what we are getting the real interest, means the actual interest. And then what is the value of it? So when we want to do the value, we don't do the value of the interest. We do the value of the security. We do the value of the bond. That if we have purchased the bond in 100 rupees, what is the present market value? Like for an example, we are getting interest of 10%. It is committed by company and there is a lock-in period of 5 years and we are getting interest of 10%. So company has to pay the interest of 10%. And now, if the inflation goes down, so inflation goes to 8%, so expected rate of return is 8%. We are earning 10% because our commitment and agreement was signed. And inflation has gone down. Our real value of the money has increased. The real value of interest has increased. So, the value of the bond will increase. So, 100 rupees ka bond kya hoga? 125 rupees ho jayega. And if we want to sell that, we'll sell it at 125. But we are getting rate of interest of 10%. And if the inflation goes to 12.5%, the value will go down to 80 rupees. Same thing happened with the preference shares. And when we talk of the equity, dividend is okay. Because you see, what the corporate are maintaining. Like even they are earning 40% or 50% year on year basis. They pay a flat dividend to the public. Approximately bank rate of interest. They pay 10%, 12%, finish. what they do, they plug back their profits and they create huge reserves and they reinvest their money in their corporate for the purpose of expansion. So when you are keeping their money with you, when you are keeping the invested money with you and you reinvest in your business, fine. So what will happen with the equity shares? That whatever the return you are getting as a dividend is not very important. The prices of the equity shares are being changed. It is being changed on two bases, on the fundamental analysis or on the basis of technical analysis. Fundamental analysis means if the companies has earned better, has increased their reserve, has plugged back their profit, has invested in good project and earning good dividend. So with fundamental analysis, your 100 rupees of share has gone up to 150 rupees of share. And we have technical studies, we have so many different kind of studies. We see the political impact, we see the country impact, we see the inflation impact. And by considering all that, the people are having a different kind of valuation of those equity shares. And there will be demand factor, there will be a supply factor, there will be corona factor, there will be Indian economy factor, there will be foreign economy factor. All those factors, considering those factors, the return from equity as a dividend become less important. Even that part also we consider, because when we calculate the return from equity, we do consider the 2 points. One, we consider the dividend, and one, we consider the increase in the prices or decrease in the prices. So if you'll see the formula, we consider both the points actually. But for us, the valuation of equity becomes a very important part. So chapter number 5, you can have a look of it. What they're talking the same thing. Fixed income securities, yield and valuation. अब आपको समझ में आ गया, बैकग्राउंड स्टोरी समझ में आ गया, लिंकिंग समझ में आ गया इस चैप्टर का, और जब हम लोग इसका प्रैक्टिकल करेंगे तो इट विल बिकम वेरी स्मूथ. जैसे वो रिलायंस का वो होता है ना पिलो, कैसे स्मूथ होता है, वो जनरल कॉटन वाले जो रुई होते हैं ना, उसका थोड़ा हार्डिश टाइप होता है, बट वो जो रिलायंस का जो पिलो आप लेके आते हैं सुपर सॉफ्ट होता है, इट बिकम वेरी स्मूथ एक्चुअली. So now this chapter we will start the practical and it will become very smooth and we'll just go with fatafat kind of thing. Okay. So what is happening? We have the chapter number 5, fixed income. You see, preferential and loans are a category of loans. But as the bond and the debenture and the loan, they get the fixed interest. And the preference shares, they get the fixed dividend. Mind it. From the return point of view, they have been kept into one category. Here, like in cost of capital, everything we study together. We first study the cost of the bond, then we go and study about the cost of the preference share. We study about the irredeemable, we study about the redeemable, we study about the redeemable in installment, we study about the redeemable in lot. Then we study about the cost of equity, and then we go and study about the cost of retained earning, and then we go and study about the WHCC, cost of capital. Isn't it? But here what we have done, we have divided the whole syllabus into two chapters. One is fixed income, because according to the income, these are having same characteristic. Bond, preference shares, debentures, loan, they have got same characteristic. So we have kept it in one chapter called fixed income return, securities, yield and valuation. Means we want to calculate two things. What is the yield? If we have the value, we'll calculate the yield. And we have the yield, we will calculate the value. We'll having the actual rate of return, and we'll having the expected rate of return, we'll calculate the value. And we have the value, we'll calculate the yield. Because both things are required. I have already explained you. And we have kept the equity shares in the chapter number 7. And I already explained you in between that we have one chapter called equity shares fundamental and technical analysis. That is required. That has been given in chapter number 6. We'll do it to chapter number 5, then 6, then 7. I told you na. For equity shares, we get variable dividend. But how the corporates are managing, what they do, you have studied one more chapter in financial management, dividend decision. Have you studied? You have studied that, what you call that? approach, dividend decision. Have you studied the Golden model, Walter model, or valuation? Do you remember? So, Gordon model, Walter model, what they taught you in the dividend decision of that background chapter? The same thing about the payment of dividend. That what is the earning potential of the companies are there, what is the expected rate of return is there, how much the dividend you are paying, and we have the 3 cases where one cases where the returns are more, one cases where the returns are same to cost of capital, one cases where the returns are more than the cost of capital, the third case is when the returns are less than the cost of capital. And in all that situation, when the dividend payout ratio is 0%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 100%, so there is a theory that in different conditions, if you pay more, your value will be more. In different conditions, you pay less, you will be more, less. And when the cost of capital and the rate of return are same, the investor will be indifferent. You pay more or you pay less, your values are going to be same. But in real scenario, what is happening, that what the corporate are doing, and there also we were talking about the plugging back of profit and reinvesting the profit. And we are plugging back the profit and increasing our reserve to become more safer. And it has got a different theory actually. It will take a lot of time, so don't go deeply in that. So what I'm just trying to tell you, that what the corporate are managing, that corporate even earning 30% and 40%, what they're doing is that they pay a nominal rate of return to the investor. That if the bank are paying 8% or 9%, you pay 10%, 12%, that's all. And they are proposing in the annual general meeting that, okay, fine, we want 40%, but we are paying 12%. This 28% we are going to reinvest. Because when we studied the cost of capital, we found that the best way of financing is return earning. Because there is no flotation cost. We keep our money with ourselves. हमने क्या किया, इन्वेस्टर को सारा डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया और बाद में फिर हम उसी के लिए एडवर्टीजमेंट कर रहे हैं और वी आर अगेन अट्रैक्टिंग पीपल एंड वी वांट दैट मनी एंड नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. So it is better to do some return earning, a reinvest in future. So what you're doing, being a corporate to investor, you're paying around 10-12% maintaining. Even some years, if the corporate earnings are becoming less, they are adding some amount out of reserve, following the compliances norms of the Company Act, SEBI, and they pay some nominal like 10% dividend, so that the public will not be panic and they will be in the calm mode. And whatever we are getting, the extra earnings and all, that are reinvested, and that's all reflected in the value of equity shares. But again, the value of equity shares are dependent on two concepts. One is fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is same. Then what is the rate of the return? What is the earning per share? What is the price earning ratio? What is study the financial statement of last 5 years, see the earning potential of the company, do some calculation of discounting of the future earnings, and according to that you do the valuations. And according to the valuation, like 100 rupees share is there, the market value is 200 rupees. But if there's some other factors are there, like you see what is happening in the Reliance. In Corona, everybody's are having problem. Middle class business are having problem. Big corporates are having problems. Sales are not happening. Productions are not happening. The productions and sales are happening only with essential goods and with some medical goods and medical equipment and sanitization item. Their businesses are flourishing, or at least they are able to do the normal business, we can see. Okay. But in this situation, in last 1 month, approximately 55,700, I don't have the actual figure, but approximately this much, 54,700 crores rupees has been invested by American investor in the Jio, Reliance Jio. And even the company like Facebook has invested around $9.9 billion in the Reliance Industries. Do you know what is happening? In such kind of Corona impact, the maximum foreign direct investment is being attracted by the Jio in India. And when a company like Facebook or company like Walmart or a company like Microsoft invest in your company and become your partner, become your shareholders, automatic the image of the companies increases worldwide, not only in India, and the demand of the shares increases. So on the basis of the technical analysis, political analysis, Corona analysis, future investment, and why they have invested? Because they have got the maximum capacity created by Jio in broadband and digital India. Meet my son, Mr. Krishna. Say hello, say hello. Hello, no, say hello, properly say hello. Have you done your brushing?
No.
So he is my younger son, Krishna. He is studying in class 5th. Okay. Now you see what I am trying to tell you. That Jio has the maximum capacity in India in broadband, in digital world. So all the companies, those who are doing the business in the digital, or those who are investors who want to earn good return, Krishna, darwaza band karo beta. They are investing in Jio. So the valuation is going to increase. So on the basis of fundamental analysis and technical analysis, the value of the equity shares are increasing or decreasing. Fine. The value of the equity shares are increasing, decreasing. So it is not important for us to just calculate the return in the form of dividend. It is important for us, for equity shares, to do the valuation. So you see the chapter number 7. The chapter number 7 is talking about the valuation of equity shares. And I told you that you must buy this book. All BCom program student must buy this book, Investment Management by R.P. Rustagi. It's a very good book. Study thorough theory, do all the practical. I'm guaranteeing you, you can get more than 90%. You believe me. Our student in costing has scored 96% in SOL, 100% in regular in management accounting and cost accounting and financial management. Regular student. And regular students are having an opportunity to even get 100%. I'm giving you guarantee. And the student, those who are having the BCom honors, they should buy the same R.P. Rustagi book. Name is called Fundamental of Investment, FOI. And the publishers, this publisher is Sultan Chan. Okay. You buy this book. Have this book in front of you and see my video. And I am solving most of the illustration, most of the questions. Have the book, read out the theory, and any student, even I'm putting this video on YouTube, and it has been made public. No private video is there. So even my student, those who has taken the admission, they can learn from this, and even the student, those who has not taken the admission, they can learn this chapter. And my number is, note down, my number is +91 India code. Now you're telling, why you're telling +91? Because I am getting a lot of international assignment. So, and you also start writing your name with your +91 code. Okay? Because now you have to also become international. So +91 India code, and my phone number is 7982925206. Once again I will repeat, 7982925206. Add on WhatsApp, have any queries, take a pic, make an audio of question, make a video of question. I will tell you in separate video how to make videos and how it is important. The world has become very closer. I am just sitting in front of you with just as a distance of you can just take the scale and just 1 feet. I might be sitting in Delhi in Lakshmi Nagar in U208 at 2nd floor in a small room. I made this personal room as my studio. I have the board. You can see that photo is there. My mother photo is there. Lighting is there. Fine. So I have made this a small studio. My personal room is a studio. I can make you a tour of this room actually. Now it is not in good, safe. So now again he has come. So he is a person. Come here. Yeah, you see, he is a person. He keep disturbing me when I am recording my class. You please request him that don't disturb me. So every time he comes and he just disturbing, taking my things and disturbing me. Just give me 5 minutes. I will finish my video. 5 minutes. Please come after 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, fine. So what I am trying to tell you, that not only my student, take this book, learn every part of theory if you want to learn the concept. Have any problem, take a pic, make audio, make video, WhatsApp me. I will go through it, and whenever I will find time, I'll make a answer of that in video form and upload on the YouTube, and I will share the link to you. Fine. So the world has become closer. As I told you, I'm sitting in Delhi, sitting in Lakshmi Nagar, sitting in U208. I have my institution in U158 called Achiever Classes. Anybody who wants some face-to-face classes, want to learn face-to-face from me, come to Achiever Classes. But no, you saw this is a corona impact, and till December, everybody has to stay at home. So stay at home, stay safe, stay secured, and don't reduce your productivity. Use technology, use broadband, use your mobile, use your laptop, and don't waste your time, and learn your syllabus, study everything. So till December, I think it is going to be difficult to have face-to-face classes, but we'll see how the situations are improving and how the lockdowns are going to open. But for group tuitions, it is going to be a problem. I teach like through all this YouTube classes actually. I teach through recorded classes. Some private videos are there. I teach through pen drive classes actually, and I teach through Zoom app. So anybody who wants to take one-to-one session, definitely it is chargeable. My charges varies from 5,500 rupees per hour to 2,000 rupees per hour. For international students, I am charging 2,000 rupees per hour. And if anybody is having any issues for solving assignments, if you are having any friend for BBA, for MBA, or having any issues, because I solve the assignment also, national assignment as well as international assignment also, I am helping in solving that. For all financial management, financial accounting, management accounting, cost accounting, international financial management, for UK University, for Australia University, for USA University, for different part of other universities also, and for Indian University, private and government universities. So if your friends or want any kind of help for solving assignments, you can contact me. My number is +91 79 8292 5206, or in comment box you can comment me. You can send your number on comment box and I will connect you on WhatsApp, and then we can have discussion through WhatsApp, through audio, through video calling, fine. And I will tell you that please share this video. Don't restrict the knowledge to yourself. Share this video to your Facebook groups, to your Facebook students. It is a free. Share your video to your WhatsApp friends, WhatsApp this thing, whatever. Don't think that you are paid and you are just learning. No. Just share this. Share this to the maximum students. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Fine. Press that bell icon. Hindi में क्या बोलते हैं? घंटा दबा दीजिएगा. It's a like misleading word actually. Press that red icon. So that you will get the, as soon as the video will be all uploaded, you will get the notification immediately. Share to your friends. We are having almost 40,000 students in Delhi University in Asoil, and almost we are having 10,000 plus students for regular. Then we have NC BEV and so many, almost 50-60,000 we are having. And conceptually, like if you're teaching online or through video lectures and all, conceptually, like you can teach to the whole world actually. And all this with digital technology, the whole world are coming together. I have got my foreign assignment of solving international financial management question just 10 days back. In the lockdown, I searched through Facebook. I connected with the people. I got an opportunity. I got a question from Bangor University, United Kingdom, and I solved 3 sets of the questions and got good remuneration also. I got call from Sri Lanka to get to solve as an assignment. Unfortunately, I could not do it because I was having less time actually, and they were paying me $60 for that. I am having an assignment for a student of York University, London, computational finance. I am helping them to solve assignment, and I am going to take classes for him also. I am going to teach him also. So I will make a separate video that how that will be required once you will become graduate, that how you can increase your income by sitting at your home. So buy this book, learn everything, every theory, every question, see my video, and if you are finding any issues, make audio, take a pic, make video, WhatsApp me, Telegram me. I have the same number for the Telegram channel also. I have the same number for IMO. You can connect me on Facebook. I will give you the Facebook link. You can connect me on the YouTube. I will give you the YouTube link. YouTube channel is already there. I am going to upload actually. My YouTube channel name is CMA Mrityunjay Prasad Classes. Once again, I am telling you, go to this channel, CMA Mrityunjay Prasad Classes. I have now 503 subscribers, and for monetization, if you want to help me, I have to make 1,000 subscribers. And you have to watch this video, share to the maximum friend. I have to make watch time to 4,000 hours. Unless or until you are going to share, unless or until you are going to watch, your friends are going to watch, it is going to be difficult for me to get monetized. If it will be monetized, I'll get some income even with my free classes. So if you want to help me out, and if you find that the quality of the lecturer and the professor is good, the content is good, and my teaching ability is good, I have got 25 years of teaching experience, 5 years of working experience with financial department, and I took my first class in the year 94 at Bucharest city. I came in the year 96 to Delhi, and I have completed my teaching of 26 years, approximately 25.5 years. Out of this, for last 17 years I have completed. Now I have entered into the 18 years is going on for running my full-time institution. I was a faculty member for 3 years with Agarwal Classes Private Limited. Now it is known as Sanjay Agarwal classes, prominent faculty for CA final students. And I was also a founder member of toppers classes and taught in lot of small and medium institution in Lakshminagar. Fine. Okay. So thank you. So I finished this video over here. Go through this, and by evening I will upload the practical questions and concept of this chapter number 5. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.